What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Vivid Clan YouTube channel. Today we are back with episode 3 of our F1 2021 My Team series. And as you know, in the last one, we came in P9 at the Bahrain GP. And we're going to up the difficulty, but first we have one of the newest things to this game in My Team, and that's personnel department events. And this one we're going to go to.
The personnel department has asked us to deal with this. We have a couple of options here. Take your time. What you decide to do will have consequences.
So this first one's just an easy one here. ILAT's really been hitting their stride in the sim recently. While they're in the zone, where should we get them to focus their awareness or pace here? I'm going to say pace because that's a lot better to have.
To pass on their thanks for helping out.
Yep, I guess we got you, department. So we're going to go to our activity timeline here. We're going to put in this one for some money and team acclaim. We're going to boost the chassis here. We're going to do some sponsor filming, get some driver acclaim, and we'll do some chassis team building before a season break. But we will go in here, and while these guys' morales are high, we'll go ahead and do the front wing flap there. And that should do that. But we're also going to go and go into settings here and make sure we get this difficulty up, because I don't want an easy season. So we're just going to take it up to 90 here, which is master now, which I don't know if there's a big difference between them, but that's what we're on now. We're going to advance time here. We got the Spanish Grand Prix coming up, but first we have the season break.
Our new parts are completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next.
I thought we'd have a lot more resource points. That actually we will stop here, and we'll go to powertrain, and we'll give them, yeah, quality control. We don't want it to fail. That's always a big thing. We haven't done any powertrain R&D yet, so we'll do that soon. Just making sure everything comes through good. If I see something fail, it'll stop advancing instantly. Gonna start this season break and come back with a couple of days that I'm not gonna put anything through. Yeah, it's not worth it. I thought about it, but it's not really. We had
a major issue on the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Isn't that great? We actually will be able to do it, and it will come before the Spanish GP, so we end up being fine, luckily. You catch that soon enough, you'll be okay.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
I've already told them, so that doesn't matter, but we have a chassis department here.
Please.
An internal audit of the chassis department has brought to the poorly allocated funds that could be used elsewhere in the department to improve productivity. Alternatively, we can reallocate those funds for our R&D. It's only 10%. I'll take the R&D right now. It was only a 10% discount, so yeah, we'll just take that. And I could do a chassis, but I think we go durability here to help the car out. Look at all that. General wear just been upgraded, but go ahead and do this. We'll get here barely before the Monaco GP if it stays there in time and it doesn't fail. This one won't fail, and then we'll be at the Spanish GP. Coming up, we'll go to quick practice.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
We'll head to the race weekend, and I'll see you at quick practice. So right before we're heading into practice here, it looks like the race is going to be full wets. Qualifying is going to be dry. But I don't know about that. That's a little risky here. We're going to go to quick practice. Show you how this is. We'll go to race strategy to start us off. That's a long time, but it's 100% success race. We're going to take it just because it's the first program here. And of course, 100% success rate. That's going through. Then you advance the next day. We're going to take this one. It's a long time. I'm not going to do that yet. We're going to go tire management. Only 6.5 minutes roughly. It's 100%, so we're taking that one. That's way too long of a time here. We need to try to squeeze something in. We'll do this just to get through. I think you guys get the point. You just kind of pick what you want to see here. And yeah, we have nothing else that'll fit that slotted time, so we're going to end that session. and then you head to the next one. I think you guys understand it. I'll see you when we get to Q1. So we come around the last corner here. A little bit of a scuffed run. We got in the gravel once. Wasn't very much gravel, but it ends up being, yep, P2 with Checo being the one that passes us, even though much expected there. So here we go. Then we come around for our second lap here in Q1. See how much time we can gain. I'm hoping it's a lot because that first lap was not good. As you can see, we are sitting dead last right now. Of course, P16 is where you get through at. Go then, could be 2 seconds up. It's gonna be very close to 2 seconds up on the time, and it only is good for P19. So here we go, coming around probably for our last lap of the session. And it's a very bad start. We almost shouldn't just back off of it now. But we'll see if we can make up time. I don't know where I could make up time at from our last lap. I thought that was pretty good. There, we found a little bit of time, a 10th or so. Pretty bad end of the lap, though. Gonna lose a second or so off the delta. Can we make it any better? It's P14 with little time remaining. Could that be enough to get us into Q2? I guess what a stunning lap, I was gonna say. I don't think there's any way for me to make up any more time, but I guess I lied. We made up a ton of time and moved up to P14. What a lap. And here we go then. And it will be enough to put us through to Q2. But the thing is, guys, I used all of my soft tires in that session. We barely make it through, only by the likes of about 3/10. Callum goes 19th. We're going to Q2, but I don't have any fresh soft tires left. We'll see how that works. So here we go, first lap of Q2. We make the decision to come out on mediums with no soft tires to choose from, except for them being old. We'll see, maybe other people make the same decision that'll make it through to Q3. I don't think we'll get to Q3, and that's perfectly fine because this car should not be doing that early on in this My Team. We get set up really bad through that corner, though. So here we go, the fastest lap is a 1:16. We ain't going to be close to that. We're going to be in the 1:19s, it looks like. And yes, it's very slow. Everybody else out on soft tires. And that's how this Q2 is going to go for us. We could come out on some old softs if we wanted. We'll have to see when we get back to the garage. So coming around then, it ended up being very close. At the line, we will improve by only about half a tenth. I don't think it's obviously not enough to get through to Q3. But what's it going to be then for us? I don't know. It's just barely through those last couple of corners. We extended our time by a little bit. And it's not Q3, obviously. Will it be enough for 15? No, it'll stay 16. And we were terribly behind the pace. We had old soft tires. Everybody had newer ones. That's okay, though. We made it through to Q2. Looks like a good setting of difficulty. I'll see you when we get to the race.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. It's 730 metres from pole position down to a slippery turn 1 here, the first of 16 corners around this 2.89 mile racetrack. The long, wide turn 3 and the uphill right-hander of turn 9 can both be taken full throttle in the right conditions, but I doubt very much we'll be seeing any of that today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel and Lance Stroll, Tsunoda, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso, Mick Schumacher, the owner driver, Kimi Raikkonen and George Russell. Ireland, Giovinazzi, Mazepin and Nico.
The whole team's locked out the first couple of rows.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
So yeah, it's full wets. Don't know what else to say other than yeah, that's what we're rocking with today, I guess. Not very great in wets. We got standing water plus the water coming down. That's great. It's 5 red lights and away we go at the Spanish Grand Prix in full wet conditions. The tires very slippery and it's a very bad wheel spin start for us and I can't see anything. We're 3 wide down into the first corner. Gotta be careful on the gas here. Schumacher gets very loose. Can we go around the outside of him? He had a lot of wobble there. Everybody's getting wheel spin. Nobody can get on the gas. It's raining the whole... Fernando Alonso here in the Alpine. The whole team's after this weird start with the full rain conditions. Don't want to spin it out. Almost lost it there. Trying to get on the gas a little bit early. Ain't gonna be no DRS today. It's gonna be a very hard race to try to survive in. So coming down the front stretch here at the end of lap 1. And it is a very rough start for everybody. Just the downpour of rain. No DRS throughout the whole race. No grip. You're gonna slide if you try to get on the gas at all. It's very hard to get through corners. It's not been good, and it's only 1 lap. So just a little update here. We're coming on to lap 9. I've had a couple good laps like this, and then I'll follow up with one that's pretty bad, and we get close to Alonso, and then we fall back. We've gained on Russell, or yeah, just stretched our lead on Russell, but we haven't been able to make a move on Alonso. It's been pretty boring. We'll see if we can make something happen for you guys. Conditions have changed a lot more now since I last talked to you guys. We're boxing for inters. Grip has went away. Some people are doing it, some aren't. It's a risk that I'm willing to take here because we're not in position for points anyways, and inters just seem like the better tire with the... It's just not good right now with the wets, you know. So I'm taking the risk. We lost a lot of time on Fernando Alonso. Boxing for inters is a 2-second pit stop. We're ahead of George as he got closer to us.
See these tires through to the end now.
See if we can get by some people with these inters. We're going to come out racing Mazepin, who doesn't really give us the room. Kind of just squeezes us out. And we lose out on a lot of time to Fernando Alonso. And now freaking Mazepin is up here. Now we can get to racing more. These tires feel a lot better, a lot more grip in them. I mean, like, if you touch the gas at all with those wets, at the point that they were at, you were spinning out. And I had to save the car multiple times. And hope that I just didn't spin. Somehow, like, that's why George Russell was on me that much, is because I had to, like, basically stop in the middle of the track to stop myself from just losing the car. But hopefully on this outlap with the inters and the rest of the race, maybe we can make up some more time on these guys. Get by Mazepin. Catch back up to Fernando Alonso because he's being held up too. It looks like, well, I don't know, is that his teammate up there? Esteban Ocon and Kimi Raikkonen is there. We gotta get by Mazepin first. Also could be a Williams up. No, I think that's Callum Ilott up there. Our teammate. I lost a terrible amount of time through there. This time we're going to dive bomb Mazepin right in the corner. Didn't send it too hard, but it's a nice move around him. And will keep us
Great maneuver.
in this race. It looks like Fernando Alonso got around Kimi Raikkonen. Can we catch Kimi? Hopefully.
This is your final lap of the race.
So here, final lap, last couple of corners. Raikkonen is right there, but I just couldn't put myself in to dive bomb the last corner. It would have been too much. Unless he has a major slip up or something, we ain't gonna be able to get it. See, I thought about it right there, but it's just not gonna be enough. Coming around, final little corner, P17 in a rainy Spanish Grand Prix. Not great, not terrible. Could have been a lot worse, could have been a lot better, obviously. Just tires aren't fun like that. Especially just Callum Ilott, driver of the day.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over. And what?
Can you... Callum Ilott, my teammate, driver of
So
the
after a
day.
magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again...
Sorry, not gonna watch the podium celebration.
Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Callum Ilott gets my vote today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Callum goes from 19th to 14th. What a race from him, no points. We dropped from 16th to 17th. Here's the standings if you care, driver standings. We're actually sitting 10th. Not terrible. Constructors there, we're sitting 6th, one ahead of AlphaTauri. That's how that goes. That's episode 3. Next one's in Monaco. See you there. Peace out.